welcome to the Holding Space Deep Dive Summer Discussion Group, or whatever it is that we are. That's what we're going to talk about today, is what is this and what to expect, just a little bit. I was having a discussion with Adrienne the other day, and she had a really good analogy. When we do these groups, it's not like I'm the teacher and you're the students or whatever, but we are doing something, we're building something together, and that's hard to explain just what that means and what that is. And so I love the way Adrienne described it, and would like for her to give you the analogy that she gave me the other day.
So you're gonna have to geek out for a minute. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. I imagine other people are too. They're some of the greatest stories that I think have been shared in the last century, if I'm a little biased. When I think of the Lord of the Rings story, I think of, well, a lot of different components, but in regards to what we want to build here with the Holding Space practice deep dive is a fellowship of different people from different places, whether literally or background experience-wise, coming together to create a force of goodness in which we can help each other, and also for it to ripple out and help others. So calling back to the story of Lord of the Rings, we know there was the fellowship that came together from the different parts of Middle Earth. And we kind of see this group as the same thing. There's different people who will be gathered together, maybe from different parts of the world. And just like in Lord of the Rings, we've got to destroy the ring. So it's defeating evil and doing it through embodying love. So that's our goal. It's a big goal. But there's small ways that we know that we can work on those things within ourselves and help others as a group. Different practices that we want to share and we want to learn from each other. So we know that no single person has all of the answers, and that's the beautiful thing about a fellowship, is we come together and we share through our life experience and knowledge and wisdom that we've each individually gained to share for this common goal. I'm excited to be a part of it, and also to geek out a little bit on the Lord of the Rings analogy, because there's certain parts of the story that I identify with, even certain characters, and for those of you who like that story too, maybe that can be a spark of inspiration in finding your place in this group, and it's just fun too. So I'm really excited about reading this.
So I have to admit, I don't know a lot about Lord of the Rings. So if you're not a Lord of the Ring kind of a person, that's not a big deal. But for those for whom that story is, it calls to you, that's good. But there are all kinds of stories, and all stories, any good story, starts with a hero that has been called to action. And that's what this group is meant to be, a call to action, so that something can change, something within me, something within you. Every time we do one of these deep dives, it will be to make some kind of a change. A little bit more about how we see the functioning of this. Adrienne and I have been practicing various things for a while, like yoga and Ayurveda. When I began the Holding Space practice, I didn't know that's what I was doing. There were many practices that I found over time. So a good way to look at this is you have a menu of different suggestions to help you on your path to step forward wherever that is for you. Most of us have a pain point. Maybe it's in our relationships with someone. Maybe it has to do with like a physical ailment that's bothering us. Maybe we're carrying too much weight and we feel like that's weighing us down. It could be emotional distress, anxiety, depression, anger, those kinds of things. And so what is right for one person may not be ideal for another person, because it addresses different things. So I hope that you will feel happy to reach out to us, and we can puzzle through the things that might be bothering you at this time. But together we're going to create something that will make a stronger group of people, so that as difficulties come ahead, and we have discussed, we feel like there are some difficulties ahead of us, and that as a general society, that we will have the strength to stand, not necessarily fighting, but we know who we are, and we seriously embody love. We've given a lot of thought to the idea of what is love, and why do we care about love, and how does that defeat something that's not good. And we've just spent a lot of time thinking about that.
So I was giving this some thought last week about the actual words holding space. I'm a word person. And in my mind, I saw holding space as a container. And we can think of ourselves as that container, that vessel. And as we grow in our ability to embody love, our container grows. Our ability to hold space for others grows. So when I say hold space, it's being able to love somebody through whatever life conditions, experiences might be going on for them. The joys, the suffering, everything in the middle. So we're able to do that for ourselves first, and then be able to reach out and do that to others. And the beautiful thing about this work and this group, and why we feel so passionate about this, is that there does need to be a group of leaders who have the tools, have the experience to increase that container, increase their capacity to embody love, and be able to help others. We know that there's many people out there looking for answers, either in regards to health, relationships, emotions, maybe more spiritually minded things. And if they come across us, one of you, you'll be able to provide some knowledge, some tools, and it will be helpful to them. And in that way, the love, the container can grow, both within ourselves and collectively as a group. It can expand. And as it expands, the ability to push back against things that are happening in our world and our society, which are hateful, which are fearful, we will bring great power to that. And so I know I'm getting kind of serious here, but that's what I see holding space as, is increasing that container. And so there's these beautiful, simple ways that we can do that, that address all aspects of who we are, the emotional, the physical, the mental, the spiritual. And it's not single to any particular belief system. These are just tools that can help all those different aspects of yourself to increase in embodying love.
I like what we've talked about before, that it's actually a technology. A lot of the stuff that we have learned is technology. It's like, if you do A, you're going to get B. But everybody doesn't know what that practice is. So you can't have the benefits. So the things that we teach are not necessarily magic. It's just a practice that will help you. So like, if you want to be stronger, you have to use your muscles. It's that kind of thing. So nothing really weird or strange. I don't know. At least at this point, I don't think it's weird or strange. I'm just really grateful. And I hope that you feel some hope today as we have talked a little bit about this, and that you will feel that you are part of a bigger cause, a fellowship, or a team, if you will, of people that are trying to lift the world and make the world a better place.